Atlanta Airport, where we find another industry that's sensitive to oil prices. We're talking about the airlines. Since the war in Iran began, jet fuel has increased nearly $2 a gallon. Atlanta News First anchor Brooks Baptiste spoke with a travel agent about how that spike will impact passengers.
The good news is folks that have been planning for several months and who have their tickets, they have less to worry about when it comes to airfare rates today.
Angela Pope, a travel agent, says passengers heading to the airport should stay on course. But if you're booking flights for spring holidays or summer vacations, you need to act now before those prices increase.
It's going to change regularly now. It's not going to stay the same.
Pope says to consider traveling during weekdays, going to a lower demand destination, perhaps visiting in the off season, or flying, buying cheaper seats to decrease costs.
The ones who are projecting, hey, we're going on a trip in August, September, October, how can we make the most? Do we take one less excursion? Do we, enjoy a meal instead of spending $300 elsewhere?
Atlanta travelers can breathe a little easier because Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International is a hub for Delta Airlines.
That allows us to take a later flight, look at later flight options when you think about jet fuel changes. Is it less expensive for me to go in the afternoon and add a night at the resort, or vice versa?
Her departing message: be patient every step of the way. Brooks Baptiste for Getting by Better.